Hey guys, it's Dr. Adam Nally coming to you live from my truck. It's been a long evening and I called home and my wife said, dear, we don't feel so good and it's been a long day at the home, so I'm bringing home some takeout. I have never done this when I'm not with a Wi-Fi, so we're going to experiment a little bit. Anyway, I actually ordered takeout, and they told me it was a 20-minute wait, and I thought, what a great time to live stream. So I'm going to see if we can set it. Christy's watching, Jason's watching, Barbara's watching. I hope you guys are doing great. I might get interrupted by the lady bringing the food, but we'll see. So I'm in my truck. It probably looks like I'm really old. The lighting is not so great. I've got my light here. It's fair. We'll call it that. It's good to see you guys. Hello, Tammy. Tell me where you're from. If you're new, put in the city or the state you're from so I know where you're from. Hey, Rhonda, it's good to see you. I hope you guys are doing well. It's interesting. I thought I would do a little bit longer video here. Maybe long, maybe short, depends on how soon the food shows up. But I need to stop saying that's driving me nuts. If it's probably driving you nuts, it's driving me nuts. You love the studio. Yeah, you can see the wind blowing. It might rain tonight. We might see, you're getting to see a little bit of the interesting studio. I ordered deep fried mozzarella and a steak and blue salad. So it's got steak on it with a salad, and it's blue cheese. It's pretty good. So it's sounding yummy. This is the one thing I can order from the pasta place called Bobo's here in Surprise. So you can make ketogenic lifestyle wherever you go. It's easy to do, and so that's what I'm here. My wife was craving the deep fried mozzarella balls, which are actually quite yummy. Hey Linda, hello from Chicago. Hello from I don't know. I'm not sure where that is. Yes, is good. Is it Simaj? Actually quite tasty. They're kind of addictive, so you got to be careful with them. Anyway, I thought I would talk about part number 17 of my 25-part series of YB and ketosis. College Station, Texas, cool. Joyce, Pennsylvania, awesome. Oh, Joyce is in Pennsylvania. There's probably not a Joyce, Pennsylvania. Although Joyce, you should get a city named after you. You really should. That's awesome. So I thought I would talk, and hopefully the sound is good. If the sound quality is okay, I'm actually using the microphone in my truck right here to see if it flows through, and it's actually charging off my truck, and my truck is on. This is kind of interesting. We'll see if it's working. Anyway, so I thought I would talk with you about gut flora and what affects gut flora. We now know that a ketogenic diet, there's a couple studies that show a ketogenic diet actually helps to stabilize gut bacteria. There are actually many, but there are 8 specific gut bacteria that we know are essential for a healthy gut and a healthy metabolism. Sound is good. Okay, thanks, Susan, for telling me. Thanks, Les. I appreciate that. We know that those are important for a healthy metabolism. We know that a ketogenic lifestyle and the changes in the way the body is eating it helps that stabilize that gut flora, and that's really important. And so it's actually very fascinating to see a lot of people's GI problems, especially inflammatory bowel and irritable bowel, seem to actually improve dramatically, and up to 55% in some of the studies that they show that are very helpful. Lori's calling in from watching from Arkansas. Yes, Joyce, look into getting the city named after you. That would be great. Hello, April. How are you? Anyway, so as you eat a higher level of medium chain and long chain fats, we know that both of those play a role with the formation of butyrate with long chain fats, and the medium chain triglycerides, which are often either ketones or various forms of medium chain fats that are found in like butter and coconut oil. You'll actually see improvement in the overall gut bacteria, and it changes, and they've shown changes within 6 weeks, so it's actually very important. Thanks for putting the website in there, April. Anyway, that's very helpful. Now, many of you know that Dr. Nally has been a proponent of a ketogenic diet for 12, 13 years. However, I'm one of the few doctors that I actually wrote an article on sweeteners, and the interesting thing we've found is that there's some recent data has come out showing that aspartame, which I for a long time have been okay with patients using, actually changes the gut flora in a negative way. This has changed my opinion on aspartame. One of the things as an obesity doctor we noticed was that the studies were revealing that aspartame actually suppresses appetite. And in animal studies and in some humans, aspartame alone as a liquid has a suppressive effect on people's hunger. And so I would allow it as a person would transition from a traditional diet, a high fat, low fat, high carb, or the standard American diet, which is high fat, high carb, high protein. And it would actually help suppress appetite. But in using it in longer periods of time or higher doses, we're actually finding that it actually adversely affects the gut flora, which is very interesting. It can actually make it worse. And the second thing that another study showed was that aspartame as a sweetener. And you can find my article on my sweeteners at docmuscles.com. You can get on there and you can see the sweetener articles that are there. The aspartame as a sweetener also has a long-term effect in persisting with insulin resistance. So one of the things that we're learning, and as a physician, what I do is I read the science, try to understand the science, and then try to apply it so that my patients get the best effect from that. Aspartame is still the only sweetener found in Diet Dr. Pepper, Diet Coke, Diet A&W cream soda, and Diet Mug root beer. Now, as patients were transitioning in their diet to a ketogenic lifestyle, I would allow for the use of these. But interestingly enough, myself and in a few other patients have noticed that the insulin resistant persists longer in the use of those diet sodas. So Dr. Nally is going on a hashtag Diet Dr. Pepper Detox. And so as of yesterday, Dr. Nally has cut out all Diet Dr. Pepper. So if I look a little ragged, it's probably because I'm in the process of hour number 26 of a Diet Dr. Pepper Detox. Actually, I think it's hour 32. Anyway, and I'm testing to see, does the insulin resistance and the persistence of a little bit higher glucose last longer, or does it improve when we eliminate aspartame from the diet? Now, I used aspartame in Diet Dr. Pepper because it was dramatically beneficial in suppressing my appetite. But the question is, does it propagate the potential for prediabetes and diabetes in the long term because of, number one, a change in gut flora, number two, a change in the way the body handles liver signaling of gluconeogenesis, and number three, some changes to the mitochondria, specifically in the brain cells that we've known in animal studies that are there. So I actually do recommend probiotics, Susan, so it's important. And yes, Tammy, it's quite surprising to see. But we learn, and the amazing thing about science is it changes. As we put these pieces of the puzzle together and we start to see pieces, a number of studies showing identical issues. So then we start to say, well, I'm seeing this clinically or I'm not seeing this clinically. Now it's time to apply it. And so there's enough evidence for me to say, yeah, aspartame is a problem at this point. It hasn't been in general because it doesn't kick me or any of my patients out of ketosis. But there is an issue about glucose and there is an issue about gut flora. So if you're with me, put a 1 in the chat box and do a hashtag Diet Dr. Pepper Detox, and we'll see if this helps. Now, I changed my sweetener article to reference this because of the new studies that are coming out and we've seen, and so it's important. Now, does Dr. Zevia stevia based? Okay, Alex, a couple of the Zevia drinks I've seen have maltodextrin or dextrose in them. If it's just pure liquid stevia, I'm okay with it. But if it's not, if it's got maltodextrin or dextrose, that's sugar that works for the CIA or works for the FBI, and it will kick you out of ketosis. So a few of the Zevia drinks I've seen, I'm not a fan of, although there's a couple that are okay, and they may have changed them recently. I haven't looked in the last probably 2 or 3 months with Zevia. Notice that sweeteners decrease your morning ketones from 0.4 to 0.7 on sweetness to 1.7 to 2.2. So was that aspartame alone, or was that other sweeteners? Because other sweeteners for sure will kick you out of ketosis and change your ability to get in or out of ketosis. So I shouldn't drink Diet Sprite. Sprite Zero actually has a sulfame potassium, which kicks you out of ketosis every single time, Wanda. That's important. Rhonda, histamine levels making me have hives. Will a keto diet and healthy gut cure this? It can. Because of some of the feedback that occurs with the gut flora, you can get hives. That is a possibility. Diet Dr. Pepper, yeehaw. Well, I like Diet Dr. Pepper. I am actually a Diet Dr. Pepper fan. But Diet Dr. Pepper has aspartame alone. Now it suppresses appetite, but it changes gut flora. So be very wary of that. And so that's the change that I'm talking about tonight. Do you take thyroid hormone? I missed that, so pop that question back up. I like Sprite Zero. Sprite Zero will kick you out of ketosis and halt your weight loss every single time, Joyce. So be careful with that. You won't be drinking anymore. I know that's the challenge. I've got to find a replacement now for the. It's probably going to be. Perrier water or what the other sparkling water. I got off Diet Dr. Pepper on February. Woohoo, it's tough. Yes, Pamela, I know. I'm going through the detox now. Liquid stevia, Swerve, and I missed that. I'm sorry. Sprite Zero detox for me. Okay, Joyce. Yeah, hashtag Sprite Zero detox. Hashtag Diet Dr. Pepper detox. I live on Truvia in my coffee and tea. Yeah, Truvia is fine as long as it's not baking Truvia. Baking Truvia has maltodextrin in it. I miss Diet Mountain Dew. Yes, I know. I have some friends that miss Diet Mountain Dew as well. Diet Coke. The original Diet Coke in the United States was just pure aspartame, and I was okay with that. But again, it will change gut flora and it'll cause a problem. Diet Pepsi changed their sweetener last year, and switched to a sulfame potassium, and that's a problem. And that will kick you out of ketosis every time. Can you give a concise statement about? Oh, I'm okay. I missed that. The comments are flying quick. I'm going to try to catch them. Carbonated water, stevia leaf extract, tantric acid, natural flavors, citrus acid. That one's probably okay if that's what's in your stevia. We totally just got off Diet Dr. Pepper and we started to react to it. Okay, good. So hashtag no diet soda. Yes, that is unfortunately the challenge now. Yes, so hashtag no diet soda, hashtag Diet Dr. Pepper detox. So that's my short for this evening. If you guys have any other questions, pop them in here. The waitress or the takeout waitress has not shown up yet. Flavored sparkling water is okay. Yes, I like Perrier water. That's actually quite good. Well, Perrier or San Pellegrino is actually my favorite. I do a little San Pellegrino, and I'll actually have a thin slice of lime, and I'll dip it in there. That actually gives me a little bit of a tingle on the tongue, and also helps to kind of suppress the cravings. It's actually not too bad that way. Thanks you guys for hanging in here. Any other questions? I'll pop them in here. I'm going to try to catch them. If you popped it in and I didn't get to see it or answer it, let me know. So if you are one that's been doing a diet soda, you got a detox, put a 1 in the chat box. If you've already detoxed, put a 0 in the chat box so I know who's out there. You need to start making replacement drink for yes, I do. That's probably what I do. Lemon water is fine, Faith, as long as there's not a large amount of lemon in it. Enjoy the dinner. Breading on the cheese sticks is okay. The breading around this mozzarella ball is about this big, and so the breading is actually very thin, and you can scrape it off, and it's the inside that I eat. I actually eat the inside of it out. So many of you have already detoxed. Congratulations. Some of you have not. You're with me, so we will be doing the Diet Dr. Pepper detox together. Nancy, congratulations. You guys are awesome. Sheila. Wonderful, fantastic. I have no soft drinks in 2 years. Best decision ever. Rhonda, congratulations. Pamela Dean Wright, awesome. Joyce, who's going to get a city in Illinois named after her. You're detoxing with me. Okay, antibiotics affect diet gut flora too. Actually, I have not seen antibiotics kick people out of ketosis. The infection itself does, but the antibiotics don't seem to be a problem. General antibiotics don't. Now, general antibiotics can shift the gut flora for a short period of time. Long-term antibiotics, different story. Zevia, Dr. Z, it looks like some of them are okay, but I've seen some of them aren't. So start reading labels on Dr. Zevia. I don't know the full answer to that one. I'm going to have to start looking at that one. You're not a soft drink person. I'm a water drinker. Well, congratulations, Pamela. In Arizona, some of the water's okay, some of it's not. Not a soda drinker, but you love tea. So be careful with leaf-based teas because they will kick you out of ketosis as well. Some of the tannins in the leaf-based teas will actually stimulate an insulin response, so be careful there. Tell me something about prediabetes. Prediabetes is a high insulin response to any starch or sugar. And that high insulin response kicks you out of ketosis and makes it hard to get into ketosis and causes weight gain. Bai soda, some of the Bais are okay, some of them are not. Bai just doesn't float my boat, Jamie. If it floats yours, more power to you. I got here late, so no good diet soda left. Jared, no. That is the sad news of the day. Aspartame in my book, I've changed my opinion on it because of 2 recent studies that came out in affecting gut flora and affecting the insulin resistance levels in long-term use. So I have used it in the past as people transition, but I've been very careful. Ouch is right, yes, and I think I'm on it's either 26 or 32 of Diet Dr. Pepper Detox. Ice. The original ice has a sulfame potassium. Sheila, don't use it, or I would avoid it because it has a sulfame potassium. Propel water. Some of the Propels I've seen a sulfur and potassium in. Susan, you'll have to look closely at that. Yes, Tammy, tears. You can see the tears streaming down my cheeks. Maybe, kind of. You guys are asking some great questions. You guys are, wow, it's good. Hopefully it's good sound. Hopefully it's okay quality. My battery may be dying on me here. We'll see. Great questions. The waitress has not shown up yet delivering the takeout of a steak and blue salad for us. So if you got another question, ask away. I have broken your heart. Cheryl, you know, I almost ate my hat. Yes, it was, my heart was like very saddened that I had to, you know, the big issue is, you know, as this stuff comes out and we find research that points to, and it correlates with what we see clinically, I'm obligated to bring the truth to you. So that's what I got to do. That's what I'm doing. You know, my goal is to help you, because you guys are so great. My goal is to bring you the information that helps you be healthy, that changes the quality of your life. Where is dinner? They told me 22 minutes is what they told me, Terry. It's at Bobo's here. What tea is good? Herbal teas are okay. However, the leaf-based teas that contain a specific tannin are not. So green tea, black tea, oolong tea, avoid them like the plague. You'll be, I missed the comment there, sorry about that. You are welcome. Let's see, will I have headaches detoxing from the diet soda? You will if you've got a caffeine withdrawal. If you find your caffeine in other ways, you'll probably be okay. Exogenous ketones for night shift, I missed that. Pop that back up in there. Love it there. More coffee for you, Sheila. I was off diet soda. You said I could have Diet Coke. I started again. Crap. Linda, I know. I told people they could. The challenge is that short-term use suppresses appetite, but it's the long-term use, you know, that we're starting to see problems with in these studies. So I've started to say use it with great caution or just get rid of it. Thanks for keeping us up to date. You're welcome, Pamela. You loved iced tea that's bottled. I know that's been a challenge, Marcy, for a lot of people, is the iced teas and the effect of the iced tea on insulin responses. Yeah, the black tea, oolong tea, and green tea all spike insulin. Be aware of that. It will and can kick you out of ketosis. It's okay, you can detox too. All right, so it will be a week of detox. My staff found this out when I told them about it, and they're all grumpy. They're all very grumpy today. It was Grumpy Staff Day because they're all detoxing from Diet Dr. Pepper or Diet Coke, you know, depending on what floated your boat. But yes, I have a few Diet Mountain Dew lovers as well, and they're all very unhappy as well. So yes, hello Jamie. Is it Jamie? Yep, Jamie is watching. Hello Jamie. Thanks you guys for sticking in. Is Kool-Aid okay? If you don't put sugar in it. Shoot, what did you miss? Alicia, we talked about aspartame and the changes. Pepsi One contains like 4 sweeteners. I would avoid it like the plague, Scott. It contains aspartame, a sulfate, potassium, and I think it contains cane sugar. I'm sorry, Pepsi One. Yeah, I think, well, or xylitol. It's one of those. I can't remember. I know it has a sulfate and potassium for sure, and you want to avoid like the plague. Is it Alicia? You'll need to watch the replay because we talked about sulfate and potassium and aspartame. Is there anything with bubbles left? San Pellegrino water. Yes, that's what's left, I think. Get the keto apple caramel tea. Keto apple caramel tea. We'll have to look and see what's in that. What about Mio? Mio I've not found to be tasty or have the right sweeteners. Are you only a water? I'm only on water now. Yeah, I'm stuck with water and San Pellegrino bubbling water. Zevia, the Dr. Zevia or the Zevia, some of them have sweeteners and some of them don't, so you'll have to be cautious with that one. Liquid sucralose in coffee. As far as I know, if you're putting liquid sucralose, and it's only liquid sucralose, it's not Splenda, you'll probably be okay. DocNussels.com, yeah, that's my website. Yep, thanks for putting that up, April. Bobo's has steak. I don't know that have great salads. Bobo's has what's called a steak and blue salad. So they take their steak and they put it on the salad and they use blue cheese dressing, and it's actually quite tasty. So yes, great questions, guys. Any sweetener okay for coffee? Truvia or liquid stevia? is the new Prove It tea with ketones. I have not seen the new Prove It tea, but my suspicion is it's a leaf-based tea, Carrie, and so I haven't seen the actual content of that, so I can't answer that question. But again, tea contains a tannin that kicks you out of ketosis, so I'm a little leery of that one, so be careful there. Hello, Debbie, how are you? Good to see you. It looks like my light is slowly dying. Swerve is fine. Yeah, Swerve is great, so you can do Swerve. So if you haven't gone to my Sweetener article, go to docmuscles.com, click on the right hand panel that says freebies. In that freebie there's an article about the Skinny on sweeteners. I just updated it as of this today, and so it talks about that. I make my own seltzer via SodaStream. SodaStream's great as long as they're not using aspartame or sulfur and potassium. Hello, Felicia. How are you? It's good to see you. Hey, Debbie. Hope to see me in May. What is in May, Debbie? I'm not sure what's in May. You'll have to tell me what's in May. I don't know. I don't know what's there. Thanks, you guys. Thanks for joining in. If you don't have any other questions, sometimes I hate science. You know, science is great, but science sometimes makes us accountable to truth. So we have to be willing to be truth seekers, and when we find the truth and it's verified and validated, then we go forward, and then we apply it and we see if it actually works. You know, it's important. That's what we do. That's what I do. Okay, another one, water additives. I'm not sure what that means. LaCroix. LaCroix is actually okay. Yes, Debbie, LaCroix is great. Enjoy your dinner. I will enjoy it. All right, guys. Remember, keep the fat high, keep the carbs low, and pass the bacon. And I think what's going to happen is during my Diet Dr. Pepper detox, I'm going to be baconicizing is what will probably be happening. So check out the Skinny on Sweeteners. Thanks for putting that in there, Sandra. I appreciate that. Thank you guys. Keep up the good work. If you like the content, please share this out. Please go to my website, docmuscles.com. Check me out there. I'm putting together a membership site that will allow us to share more uniquely together and back and forth, and so that's coming soon. So keep an eye out for that. I'm trying to build this cool group of Ketonians we have, and move us forward, and keep us truthful in the science. That's what I'm trying to do. So you guys have a great night. I'm going to enjoy some steak and blue with some blue cheese salad, and some deep fried mozzarella, which is, I'm already drooling, can you tell? It's going to be good. Again, keep the fat high, keep the carbs low, pass the bacon, and have a wonderful evening. You guys, good night. Take good care. Talk to you tomorrow.